It's the Wrong News at 5 with the right Congressman Wolf Alexander here at Washington Square Park. And, okay, so, list of things that Donald Trump thought of doing today. Killing children. Eating children, not him himself, but other people. As a way to produce money for the billionaires, himself included. Let's see what else. That's a real essay by Jonathan Swift. Pretty good if you haven't read it. It's short. I like reading old pieces of literature as long as they're not that long. I was in this one class for about 5 minutes, and he was telling me I was going to have to read 150 pages a night, and it was a seminar, and there's no fucking way I was going to do that. So I'm like, no, thank you. So, anyway, more wrong news. Elon Musk has knee problems from sucking Donald Trump's dick so much. So I'm suggesting that he go fuck himself and his knees will be fine. Let's see what else. In my background, which I don't think you can hear, and I can't turn it up loud enough, because then I will be too loud on my end, is Paramore singing Ain't It Fun, which is a really cool song. I really like Hayley Williams, but she won't go out with me, so. I don't know if I actually asked her. I did ask Taylor Swift, and she stole what I sent her and said no. Well, she didn't say no, she just stole what I sent her. Avril Lavigne and her boyfriend, unbeknownst to me at the time, sent me a bunch of pictures for me, and only later did I find out that it was a cooperative venture, which made me upset. But it was still cool that I got her attention. I'm very good at getting celebrities to pay attention to something I send them, so if you have a celebrity you want to talk to, I would suggest bombarding everything that they've got and all of their professional people, because all celebrities have a lot of professional people around them, so just their email addresses are usually easier to find because they're soliciting for more business. So you can email all of them, and you can also find associated people. Brothers I particularly like because they probably have an available email address but aren't so popular. So let's see, what else? Yeah, so I was in Queens today. I went for a drag story hour hosted by New York City queer trans something or other on Instagram. I follow them. I'm not quite sure of the name. Anyway, because I went out there in the half hopes that some MAGA assholes would show up to protest, like apparently they have. So I went out there, and you know, it's cold, and I guess I can forgive them for being lazy, but I was upset because I wanted to make them go away. But maybe next time. But I don't want them to show up and cause trouble, but it is fun for me to deal with them, so. Let's see, what else? It's funny because all of the men who like Donald Trump are worshiping another man. It's a little bit emasculating, or not emasculating, something not straight in their general considerations, which is funny because they're the ones that complain so much about people not being straight. So it's an ironic twist for the fucking conservatives. The Christian ones I cannot stand, and I will shove Jesus Christ metaphorically up their ass. Actually, because he doesn't exist, so how can I do it? That's a threat I can't get in trouble for. I'm going to shove Jesus Christ up your ass. I can say that to a conservative man, right? That's, there's no way I can do it, because he doesn't exist. Never really did. Well, I'm sure somebody named Jesus sort of existed, but he may have been the Martin Luther King of the Middle East, but that's about all I'm able to concede. I will not say that he flew through a fucking rocket and any other bullshit that is propagated by a large part of our government right now. So, no thank you on that, and no thank you on any of the other religions either. I don't want you to get the wrong impression that I think that somebody else's God is any better than yours. Or mine, or whatever. I don't have one. That's the point. No God. Just me. So, I'm not saying I'm God. I'm saying that I don't consult with the ceiling when I need help. Because the ceiling doesn't reply. Tuesday. I got Sheryl Crow in my ear, so it's I'm in a good mood. And having a nice afternoon. I found out that building across the square, which I'll show you real quick, is from about 1920-something. And apparently a very popular co-op. So I will not be living there. Certainly not right now, because I don't really want to live in a great big expensive building, because that means I'm spending a lot of money on something that's not super important. My cousin is doing that. He thinks it's the most amazing thing in the world, and I'm like, great, you're stuck in this place for the rest of your life. It is so cool. And I think by now he's realized it's a very expensive prison. Let's see, what else? Oh, there's some really cool light coming off this building. I'll get this for you. Oh no, this is radio. I can't. That'll be cheating. The whole point of this is you're only going to listen to me, and I'm not providing any visual fun, unless it's by accident. I have to teach you to enjoy the radio if you don't already, and not NPR, because that's too structured. You just listen to somebody ramble on about something, and then you're kind of in the conservative mindset. You on the left need to be able to understand conservatives to be able to defeat them, and you have to be what's the word? Exposed to just a little bit of not what they enjoy, but what they sort of enjoy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm giving you vaccinated conservative talk radio because I'm not conservative, but I talk like them. I have the same sort of I don't care attitude, which is why all the conservative men like it. Because liberal men suck and have no opinion about anything that they feel strongly about. And if they do feel strongly about it, it ain't that strong. So that's why it doesn't come out good on the radio. It comes out good on television because you can use all kinds of graphics and stuff and sort of level the playing field. But Rush Limbaugh was just a major asshole who was had very strong opinions, and that's why he did well. So let's see, what else? I do not like Rush Limbaugh, by the way. Never really did. I mean, for about 5 minutes he was somewhat entertaining because I had nothing else on the radio. I was very far away from a radio tower for about 2 months for quite entertaining reasons. And it was a little longer than that. I was abroad. And anyway, there was a guy who lived up in Massachusetts who has a pretty good book about him. And he lived in the middle of nowhere, sort of, for like 30 years, and nobody knew, and he kept going in and raiding all these cabins and stuff, and people were upset that their stuff was being burglarized, but they never could find him because he supposedly found this really fantastic spot. Now, I don't know if maybe somebody knew about him and just didn't say anything, but anyway, it sounded like a really cool experience if you want to do nothing for 30 straight years. So, what else? Who was the guy? The guy who wrote it is, well, a guy, so he was the one that got in trouble, big trouble for fabricating a magazine story. So, but that made him famous. So, let's see. So yeah, Queens was cool. Just I was up in the Bronx, or not quite. I was at top of Washington Heights a couple weeks ago, and sort of had the same vibe. Lots of multicultural places and people, so that was cool. This district is a mix, and I love my favorite place. So, oh yeah, this morning I was looking at the wrong map of the district, and I thought that Washington Square wasn't in it. Now, the map I was looking at showed that the line actually goes south of the square, but I thought nobody lives in the square, so it's part of the district. So I was referencing that to tell the PSL men where they weren't allowed to talk about the PSL. Not that I don't agree with most of what they were saying, I just don't agree with them raising money on their behalf. Because all political parties do is organize the power structure amongst their friends. And regular people give them money to do that, and I don't understand. I'm deliberately not raising any money, if you didn't know. Not one red cent am I asking for you, the public, from you, because I don't need it. All you gotta do is press share. That's worth $1. If you want to give me some money, press share the number of times you think that you would give me money if you could. And that works. And I don't have to tell the FCC. And I would if I had to. And you don't have to spend anything. Except about 5 seconds. So, let's see, what else? Why was I talking about that? A somewhat important reason. I can't remember. Oh, heck. It's getting dark. Do I turn into a pumpkin at night? I don't know. I just, I can't do the same activity for too long. I get tired of it. Although walking and talking is one of my more enjoyable ones, because the radio is just so easy. You just talk, and people listen, and press the off button when you're done. When I'm done. It's not a podcast, though. I don't do a podcast. First man who comes up to me and says, I like your podcast, is going to get hit in the nuts. Because it's not a... I get particular about words, because a podcast is more of a constructed thing. You know, you put a lot of effort into each particular episode. You edit it, you think about it, you prepare for it. Talk radio is not like that. It's just talking. Now, a podcast can be two people just talking, or even one person just rattling off their opinion, I suppose. But, I don't know. I just like the word better. It has more strength. Radio, podcast, it just doesn't do it for me. Cannot say I'm trying to remember. It's the hiccup of the radioman, or no, the emergency brake of the radioman. An easy out. So I don't want to use that. What's the story, Morning Glory? That's what's in my ears. From Oasis. It's the album Being Among Friends in my theaters playlist. That's from YouTube. It's a pretty cool mix. I don't know. I put stuff together that I understand, and it seems fun and a nice atmosphere, but depending on whatever mood you're in, you might not like any given album. So, no promises. But, yes, that is the story. And I'm going to walk one more of these off-road laps here. I'm walking in one of these little grassy patches, which is so much more comfortable to walk on than the paths. I could do this all day, and I probably will at some point. But that spectacle I have to save for when I have more eager eyes, which is probably a spring-related activity anyway. So, the ice field has somewhat melted, so it's no longer quite the degree of difficulty that it was, so maybe I'll mosey on over here and see how that is. This is a spot where sledding could happen for about a quarter of a second. And I didn't see anybody doing it, but I would if I had a sled. I don't have a near enough abode for complicated pieces of equipment, so that's coming, but I'm not in any particular rush because I like the place I'm staying, and it gives me a reason to walk 2 miles just to go to my office. I'd like to have to canoe to my office or something, but there's no way to do that. I'm not getting in the Hudson River. That's a little bit out of the way, or the east. I think of the subway as a public ferry, sort of, or canoe. Something that I like to relate to the old times because it's more fun. When you go to, I swear it's more fun when you have to go down a hill to get water than when you turn the sink on. Believe me or not, it is. So, let's see. Well, I still have not seen the feller who is not to be seen, so that's good here. And I have not, but I did not see any political tables. What's the deal? It's such a good spot. Like, I'm not hogging the whole park for my stuff. I'm only here for like an hour or two, and this is the best place I have found in the United States of America to do something for attention. So, political or not, the people seem to take advantage of it for artistic stuff pretty much every day. That's cool. To stand up in the middle of the arch or right near it and to dance or sing or something, the courage is unbelievable. I have not been able to work my way up to that yet. So, but I do my own pushing the limits, especially with the police. I scared a fucking, I think he was a state trooper. He had all his cowboy hat on and stuff, and I was coming down the street. I didn't see him. He saw me first, and I saw him jump, and I'm like, fuck yeah, cock-sucking pigs. I do not like the police. As long as they don't get in my way, they're okay, though. That's a very important understanding, because the police are going to get in the way if we, and I don't, shouldn't have said we. the police will get in the way if I don't give them something. So what I'm proposing is to defang them. So, but they get all kinds of perks too. So I'm going to limit them in their ability to ruin people's lives and kill them and hurt them for no good reason. I'm going to try to stop that. But they got to get a couple of things. So I suggested, some fancier cars, or what I mean, just a couple of things to make me like, all right, well, I don't have to kill anybody, and I got to drive a cooler car. So just follow me on that one. Okay. Well, I guess I'm gonna head on home, which is up on 38th, and I gotta stop by and get some groceries. So I will do that. Groceries or pizza. It's a tough decision. I really don't want to do both because it's a double stop, and I'm trying not to spend too much money. Well, this feels fantastic. I'm rehabbing my ankle, and anyway. Yeah, I need some fruit and vegetables, at least a few, and then I could get the vegetables on the pizza. That's the thing. But you can't. I mean, I could do pineapple on pizza, but that's about the most I can stretch fruit on pizza. So, I will stop at Whole Foods and try not to buy. I love fruit. I buy it by the 5 pounds worth, and eat it all within 24 hours. So, all right. Well, that's the end of the show. But I gotta find an exit. Although I could hop over the barrier, but not yet. Okay. Well, thank you for listening to the Wrong News at 5. It is not 5 anymore. This is Wolf Alexander, your independent for Congress, now and forevermore. Well, not forevermore, actually. After I win, I will no longer be the candidate. Well, I guess I'll be the candidate the next time. I get 4 terms, only 4. I'm supposed to end this. Sorry. Okay. Over.